Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Corbin Harbor, One Gaming, here with a video. I was playing Aztecs in a 1v1 comp against Germany, and I know I showed the same strategy in my previous video, but I wanted to show off that it still has 1v1 viability, and it's not just some clunky, weird team strat. So here we are. We're against Germany, and we are going to be going to Age 4 and using Skull Knights. That is the build order we are going for. Germany did pretty much everything I was hoping for him to do, honestly. What this build order excels at is fighting off rushes, and countering really, really hard. So I was really hoping that he would lay into me really early, and I'd just be able to defend it with my Explorer, which is pretty much exactly what happened. Just because the Aztec Explorer is so beefy. So here, there wasn't actually too much interaction at the beginning of the game between us, and there's actually a pretty boring midpoint. But there wasn't too much action between us for a little bit. You see him grabbing a food treasure, and then I just went in a long series of free treasures in the middle of the map. I got like 5 of them. I've already gotten 2. So yeah, I'm hoping that somebody picks a deck soon so I have something to talk about. I don't remember exactly when I picked my deck. Not here, that's for sure. There we go. Okay, so Germany picked his deck. I actually looked at the deck earlier, and I saw he has like all of the Age 2 military cards. He has Palatine Settlements. He's got 700 coins, 700 wood, which is pretty standard for most decks, actually. But everything, I looked at this, and I'm like, well, he could be going for a rush, or he could be going for a fast fortress. But I gambled on the rush, and it paid off. And see, he's sending his 4 settler card, one of the best Age 1 shipments in the game, no doubt. And looking over here, I've picked my deck as well. I'm sure this is not exactly a super standard Aztec deck. You don't see too many Age 1 military shipments. You don't see the 9 slingers, 8 slingers that you usually see. That's just because I'm not planning on being in Age 2 for very long. But on the other hand, I have Skull Knight, Skull Knight, Skull Knight, Skull Knight, Skull Knight, Skull Knight. Just all the Skull Knights. I see his Explorer walking through the back, but I was just not. I was just like, yeah, I don't need to hunt him down just yet, so I didn't. The way I built my base, I spotted these. I just got the perfect spawn right here. I got these coin mines and these trees and these berry bushes, and so I was pretty much very easily able to just build my houses along here and just create this annoying wall of micro hell that the Germany player would have to go through. And this is how you want to build your bases when you are defending. See, I'm herding the herd onto the inside of these houses, and I'm also doing the same over here so that it just makes it an absolute clusterfuck to try to push into.
Okay.
I am a little late to aging, but I think I'll age any second here. Come on, there it is. I'm aging with the Elder for the War Hut. War Hut is what I'm after. It's what's really going to help me stave off these early pushes. Germany has also started aging. He's got 12 settlers, but 5 of those are settler wagons, so it's actually more like 17 settlers, which is so kick-ass. I really like Germany a lot.
Verstanden.
It's one of the civs that I used to play, and I kind of wish I played more. It was weird. This game was weird, though, in that I didn't spot, like, a single treasure with a treasure guardian on it. They were all the free coin ones. I mean, if you look, I've got 180 coin just from that.
Okay.
And I've explored, like, a good half of the map, too. It was really, really, really weird. But, I'm still trying to herd in. So the build order goes as such. I go 3 settlers, And then 3 warrior priests, switch to the warrior priest production for that nice warrior priest boom. And then 600 coin. I mined 400 coin with 4 settlers, and then as soon as I do that, I transfer everybody over to food. I do have a couple misplays. I lost a few more settlers than I would have liked this game, but it still worked out in the end. I did end up spotting this treasure, but I didn't grab it. I was about to, but then I saw this explorer and I didn't want to contest. Namely because Germany is always a very dangerous civ to contest treasures with right at the end of Age 1, because you don't know when those Ulans are coming, and if the explorer snares you, he can keep you snared until those Ulans arrive. And especially as Lakota, where my explorer it has 100 kill XP, it's very, very dangerous and not something you want to do lightly. So that was my reasoning behind not contesting that treasure. You can see I'm building my war hut defensively. Now just look at this base. We have coin mine trees, house, berry bushes, more house, and then this. This is just a nightmare to push into, and that's exactly how I like it. My 3 warrior priests have arrived, and now I can start warrior priest production. Yep, there it is, and in comes the 600 coin. I reached 400 coin on the coin mine, so now everybody is going over to the elk. Over here, he aged up with the logistician. I did recognize this fact because I saw him raiding with Ulans in sets of 3 instead of 2. But he went with the logistician so that he gets 3 Ulans for his H2 shipments, and he gets the arsenal. He built a barracks, and it looks like he is researching his market upgrades, starting with gang saw and then getting his greatcoats on his settlers. Probably a smart move if you were fighting any other Aztec player who is very prone to rushing and Age 2 aggression, but that's never really been my style. I've never really liked rushing. I've never been super good at it either. But I really enjoy playing Aztec because everybody expects you to rush, so you often have a lot more space to pull off weird, funky strats. You can see his Ulans are running around the back of the base, not knowing that I've already herded the hunt that was over here all the way to where it's in my base itself. And he's getting steel trap now, so he's getting like all the market upgrades. I am really used to having really tanky settlers because of the United States, so it always shocks me just how fast settlers go down. Those 2 settlers could have been easily preventable. I was planning on like tanking 1 set of hits and then throwing them into the building next, but they just killed them in 2 sets, so I didn't get the chance. Definitely something I need to work on and something I'm really not used to with non-United States.
Yeah.
Because United States have very tanky settlers, as we all know and love. Well, some of you guys might not love it, you know, if you don't play United States. He's training crossbowmen out of his racks, and meanwhile I'm just kind of minding my own business. I just got the big button at the community plaza for triple XP on my military units, minus sexes with wolves here. And I'm just kind of biding my time. I'm already a third of the way to Age 2. And I see these Ulans, and I don't want to idle myself, so I'm basically just keeping my Explorer between the Ulans and the rest of my settlers, and forcing him to engage the Explorer under the town center if he wants to push in at all. So you can see I'm just trying to stay in between everything. He stopped his Ulans here. I think he probably just wanted to do something else, maybe move up his crossbowmen that are down here. Yeah. He's got 5 of them? Looks like, yeah, only 5. He's also shipping 8 crossbowmen, which is normally a bad shipment, but with the 3 Ulans that you get with it as well, that is like that is a 13 unit. That is a 13 population of military pop in Age 2, and it is like really one of the best Age 2 shipments that you can find. Here's me losing another settler, I think. Yes, I did. Yeah, I did lose that one. Really something I need to work on, and something I'm really not used to yet, is just how incredibly flimsy the settlers are when you're not playing with the French Immigrants card. Now he's trying to engage my Explorer. Little does he know this guy is a motherfucking tank, and he loses another Ulan. But he's got 3 more coming, as well as 12 crossbowmen. And as you can see, I have a fuck all. But this is fine because the Explorer can really just do this by himself. And I'm almost at 10 Warrior Priests, which will really allow me to help out. I aged up with the Chief to H3 to give my Explorer the swashbuckling attack, which is what really allows this to be possible. But now all the Ulans are dead. I'm just trying to back up. He ends up getting that 100 XP, and he's just kind of pushing in a little bit, but he recognizes the fact that he's not going to be able to burn this down, not with his 8 siege crossbowmen, so he is forced to back off from here. And it's to a point where like I don't even feel the need to get my Explorer back up using the dance. I just maybe because he's just like right here. And there's not too much purpose to it. So in come my Skull Knights. I was really hoping that I could get these Skull Knights while he was pushing. I was hoping I could lure him a little bit further into the base, but he was smart and he backed out before the Skull Knights could arrive. I do end up getting my Explorer back with the dance, and now it really should be on XP, but I guess I forgot. That's a shame. That's a really big shame. Looking back over here, he is now sending his 4th shipment, hand infantry hit points. Oh, wait, no, he is canceling it for, what is it, 700 coin? 700 coin? That's my guess. 700 coin is my guess. Let's see what all he's got here. Yeah. He's got 12 crossbowmen left. Okay, he did end up getting hand infantry hit points. And at this point, he's probably expecting me. He knows I'm in age 3. He's probably expecting me to go with some coyote runners or something like that, especially because he knows that I know he has crossbowmen. You can see he's getting his arsenal upgrades now, starting with his Ulan HP, as well as more market upgrades. He's also well on his way to age 3 on his own. Didn't even send the 700 coin shipment, which is very nice. Really good macro on his part. He ended up canceling that hand infantry hit point. After all, he's probably just trying to save up for something in age 3.
Yeah.
And there's kind of a lull in the action for a bit, as neither player particularly wants to engage the other, as neither of us have the resources we need to do so. But we're also afraid of each other pushing, so we're just kind of chilling around. Okay, I finally did get the XP dance back on running. I'm also sending 9 Jaguar Prowls. We'll fast forward a little bit through this midpoint in the game, where not a whole lot happens. But I'm shipping Jaguar Prowls, soon to follow with 900 coin and more Skull Knights. He shipped Doppelsoldners, and it looks like he trained a couple of them as well. And naturally, that just means he gets more Ulans to go with it. He's got a stable up. He's got a pretty decent amount of pop. He's training Dops. He's fully expecting me to go heavy on the Coyote Runners here. And he's also sending the Skirms. Oh, no, he's sending Palatine Settlements. Nice, that'll get him to 200 pop. Easy, just by itself. That's one of the things about Germany, is there's very little point to... After a certain point, there's very little point in actually sieging down their houses, because you're not gonna make them under pop. Their houses give 30 apiece. It's ridiculous. So he's thinking that he can just kind of turtle my turtle right now as well. Unfortunately for him, I'm already halfway to age 4. I have my 9 Jaguars, I have my 10 Skull Knights, which is about to turn into 15. Cool. And I have Smoking Mirror on my Explorer, so he's got that nice, juicy area of effect attack. So now we'll switch back, because I do push as soon as I hit the Industrial Age. I'm shipping 7 Skull Knights behind this. And at this point, I'm just pushing forward. I have all my settlers on coin, and in attempts to get the 1500 I need for this, well, except for like 4 settlers that are on wood for houses, and 3 settlers that are idle, trying to get me some food. So my units are obviously stealthy here, so he can't quite see them. Unfortunately, I just wasn't looking at the time, and I definitely could have engaged those dops a little earlier, but now everything here is going to die. Just straight up. You can see the Explorer did the swashbuckling attack and just killed like 3 dudes on his own. And he's just trying everything in his power to kill this Explorer. And when he finally does, it's too late for the rest of his army. There's 7 more. And at this point, I just decide that I need to back off, recuperate a little bit, because I can recover my Skull Knights faster than... I can recover my population in Skull Knights faster than he can recover most other things. But, I guess I decided to turn back in a bit. I ended up pushing forward with these Jaguar Prowlers because they have a lot of attack speed. And then these Champion Skull Knights are just kind of doing their own thing. Delivering 5 more Skull Knights, and I definitely could have saved those Jaguars. Definitely a misplay on my part. But at this point, again, I really shouldn't be on the Explorer Dance. This is irking me to look at. It really, really is. But I have 7 more Skull Knights over here coming in. If I hadn't lost so many settlers, I could have sent the support card as the first card in Age 4. But unfortunately, I lost a few too many settlers, so I didn't have enough on coin to make that possible. But now he knows my army is a huge threat. He's trying to train crossbowmen because he knows that I have a whole bunch of heavy infantry, which was a really good call. What he really should have made, though, was definitely skirmishers. Skirmishers would have helped him a lot more than crossbowmen. So I think a little bit of a misplay on his part. I assumed he just didn't have the coin for it, which he doesn't right now. But he does have... but he doesn't have the coin production, but he does have the coin like pure numbers. Now we're pushing forward into his base a little bit further. I just wanted to get rid of all of these. I just wanted to thin down his army, really. But this ended up thinning down my army a lot more than it did his, unfortunately. The Explorer's just doing work, being an absolute tank. He finally goes down. All these Minutemen are gone. He ended up popping Minutemen right when my Skull Knights were on top of him, which wasn't really good for him. But now I recognize that I do need to pull back a little bit, so I start retreating. I decide I do want to get these Ulans, though, before I go, so... I ended up escaping with, I think, 2? What was I thinking? Okay, did I lose all of them? I think I lost all of them. I did lose all of them. Okay. Oh, man, if I'd just a little bit further, I would have seen these dudes. I have 7 Skull Knights here, and I have the 11 that are on the way from the town center, plus these 5 that I have slowly been creating from the community plaza. Or that I should have been making from the community plaza. Jesus, how long has it been on the Explorer Dance? Oh my god, this is actually painful to look at. But now I have 23 Skull Knights, and that could be... Yeah, okay, now I switch it to the Skull Knights, and that's a potential game-ending number right there. So I'm moving forward with my troops, Explorer in tow, and Explorer taking the charge. And I see him pulling up an artillery foundry here. Again, not a terrible idea. Unfortunately, these guys have 108 siege, so that isn't actually going to work very hard. Work very well for him. Just look at this. The Explorer is an absolute monster, and he can easily just keep everything distracted by himself. So now we're going to switch back over to this perspective. I have the support card, so the Skull Knights now have the much-needed 4.5 movement speed. And they're just kind of tearing away. So at this point, what I figured is if he lets his army touch my Skull Knights, his army will die. So I split my army in two and had one half just chase his army around while the other half sieged all of his buildings back. Because they have 108 siege, and that is just not gonna fly. He doesn't have... He has way too much coin right now. He really misplayed his macro a little bit there, which is unfortunate. We took down that barracks, and now we're taking down the town center with, how many are here? 9. 9 Skull Knights are taking down this town center. And it's just, it's just melting. It really, really is. Meanwhile, his army is continuing to dwindle because he just can't focus on that many things at the same time. His army is split across the map way too much. And down goes his town center. And that's when he calls it. And that was the game. So this was mostly just to show that if you're clever with how you position your base and utilize your explorer, you don't need to rush with Aztec. You can easily just kind of sit around, twiddle your thumbs, and make a whole bunch of Skull Knights and fuck people over with them. And that's really about it. I think with his macro here, he was trying to go for a whole bunch of Falconets, and it just didn't work out for him in time. It might have if he had built his artillery foundry in the back, but just a couple too many mistakes cost him the game. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a wonderful day.